Welcome into We Talk Ball. I'm your host, Chris. Depleted, hurt Cowboys fan that is currently watching his team get its ass kicked by the Eagles. I hope everybody's having a wonderful Sunday, probably better than mine. Austin, joined as always by Austin, my co-host. How you doing, brother? Uh-oh. Can you hear me?
Yeah, I'm back. Here I am. Can you hear me?
You were here the whole time, yeah.
That's so weird, man. I keep losing you, but I'm good, man. How are you?
Good.
Huh,
Are you hearing me?
having some. Yeah. No, not when it goes dead, I lose everything. I don't know what's going on.
Oh, okay.
I'm working on
Got
it though.
Gotcha. Well,
Yeah.
decent decent weekend in college football. We got a lot to talk about. We got Lane Kiffin's decision incoming. Arkansas maybe have a coach. Big Five recap, game balls, dud of the week, guess the spread around the scoreboard, and so much more. Um, we got a lot to talk about, man. Let's jump right into it. Lane Kiffin. Let's pull up Ole Miss's statement. I don't think we didn't get a chance. I did this on TikTok, but I did not get to do this on. We didn't get to talk about it on our show. Ole Miss released a statement. I think it was Friday. Yeah, Friday after the meeting that Lane and Ole Miss administrators had. Keith Carter, the athletic director for Ole Miss, said Coach Kiffin and I had many pointed and positive conversations regarding his future at Ole Miss, including meeting today with Chancellor Boyce. While we discuss next steps, we know we cannot lose sight of what is the most important, our sixth-ranked team that is poised to finish the regular season in historic fashion. Despite the outside noise, Coach Kiffin is focused on preparing our team for the Egg Bowl, and together we want to ensure that our players and coaches can concentrate fully on next Friday's game. This team is on the cusp of an unprecedented season, and it's imperative they feel the support of the Ole Miss family in the week ahead. An announcement on Coach Kiffin's future is expected on Saturday following the game. Austin, what was your takeaway from that statement?
I mean, that makes it sound like he's leaving. That was my first thought, but I've seen other takes and other thoughts since then that make it seem like maybe he's not leaving.
We're going to get to at some point in this conversation. We are going to predict where he's going because I don't think a decision will be made when we do our final show of the week Tuesday. So we'll do that at the tail end of the conversation. My biggest takeaway was the report has been there's been an ultimatum, right? There's been this, you know, this thing that Ole Miss was giving him. And I think my takeaway from that was they had that meeting, and I don't think Lane Kiffin budged. I think they went in that meeting thinking he was, and I don't think he did, obviously.
Yeah. I don't know. It feels weird to me that you're going to announce that you're going to announce like 10 days out.
Yeah. Yeah. I mean,
like that just feels weird. Like, what does that feel like in the locker room with the players and Kiffin?
yeah.
What's up, season?
Yeah. Just got off the phone with our boy not too long ago. He called me right before the show started. Yeah.
Heck yeah.
Asking the questions we're talking about, Lane Kiffin.
he ain't want to talk about that close game they had in Baton Rouge last night.
I don't think LSU fans care right now. I think they're all locked in on Lane Kiffin stuff.
Right,
The season's already over. It's all about Lane Kiffin. I tell you, I don't know. This has just been we've talked about it so much. I will show Austin, did you see the reports on the offers?
Yes.
Yeah.
They're insane. Like, listen, you know I am a huge Lane Kiffin fan. have been for years. But at the end of the day, the guy still hadn't won anything. So why are we acting like this is the second coming of Nick Saban?
I mean, if the offer is true, which as I've had pulled up on Twitter, as Lane Kiffin Ole Miss met Friday, confidence brewed in Baton Rouge. LSU is finalizing a near 90 million plus offer to the coach, blessed by the governor, and a 25 million in annual roster cash in its most serious push to gain a commitment. Now, there was another report, and I'll pull it up real quick, by Chris Lowe that says all three, Ole Miss, Florida, and LSU have made basically the same offer. Trying to find it, and of course, here we go. There it is, right there. Florida, LSU, Ole Miss are set to offer Kiffin in the 13 million per year range.
And I assume they're going to give the same NIL money.
I would assume so, yeah. So to me, like I said this on TikTok, we had a few Q&As during the week or during the weekend this Saturday, and obviously a lot of the conversation was on Lane Kiffin, and some people made it about money, but I've said from the beginning and from everything that's been reported, I don't think this is about the money. I think it's more so about where does Lane feel he can win a national championship. I think that's what it boils down to. Yeah. And I had people come into the chat said, you know, he can do that at Ole Miss. It doesn't matter what we feel. What I'm saying is the decision is what Lane feels. Does he think he can win a national championship at Ole Miss? I think that's what it's going to come down to. There was also a report that Lane had some frustrations that Ole Miss would offer the same amount of money to kids as a Georgia, Alabama, and LSU, you know, other big time programs, and those kids would still go to the LSU, Bama, and Georgia programs. And sometimes they would also be the highest bidder, and they would take less money to go to Alabama, LSU, Georgia. So there's been reports that he's frustrated with that, which may, you know, get him in that line of thinking that I can't do that at Ole Miss. It's still about the Blue Bloods, despite the money situations. So, yeah, I think that's what it's going to boil down to. Where does he think he can win a national championship?
Oh, yeah, no, I agree with you. I don't think I wouldn't believe this from many people, but I truly don't think with Lane it is about the money. I mean, don't get me wrong, 90 plus million talks. But if it, you know, they're all going to offer him great money. I think it's just going to be, like you said, where he thinks he has the best opportunity. I think where he thinks he'll have the most control over the program. So, you know, we've talked a lot about Lane Kiffin, but the real fun happens after Kiffin makes his decision.
Yeah.
Because, you know, I was thinking about that earlier today. Like, we've been so locked in on this Lane Kiffin decision. Well, he can only coach one of these three schools. And I think the biggest thing, like, if he stays at Ole Miss, where does LSU and Florida go? Like, I don't know. Yeah. That's where it gets interesting.
I think that LSU's got backup plans. I don't think Florida does. I think Florida's all in. I think Florida's like, it's Kiffin or nothing. And I'm scared for Florida search if they don't get Kiffin. I think there's a clear number 2 for LSU. I don't think LSU fans will like it. I think it's Eli Drinkwitz at Missouri. And I think they're going to go pivot quickly to Eli as soon as Kiffin says no. I don't know who the hell Florida's going to pivot to.
Yeah.
I don't know. I don't know who they're going to pivot to be honest. They had that Summerall meeting that got canceled. I've heard a little bit. Honestly, when you look at Florida's search, I haven't heard much of anything but Kiffen. I've heard a little bit of Summerall. I've heard a little bit of Brent Key. Very little of Eli, but it's been very little. It's been all about Kiffen. With LSU, I've heard other names that wasn't Kiffen. A
Yeah.
lot of other names.
I don't know. Call it. You call it. Where's he going?
I think he's going to LSU. I'm a little nervous about that with having a whole week to still, ponder on it. I'm a little nervous about that. The emotions of the Egg Bowl if they win, what that could do. But we're not going to be able to know. We're not going to have another show till Tuesday. I don't think a decision is going to be made before Tuesday. So I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to say LSU. I think just everything's pointing that way. Now Josh Pate, friend of the show, put out a tweet today that said he knew where Lane was headed, and all he could say was "Wow." That got me a little nervous because I'm like, wow to me wouldn't be LSU because we all kind of assumed that.
Yeah.
So now in my head, I'm kind of hesitant. I'm like, Florida would be wow considering all the movements.
Yeah. The biggest wow would be staying at this point, don't you think?
That's true. Somebody in the comments said Pate was joking. I mean, was he? I don't know. I mean, I didn't get that from the tweet, but hey, I mean, he could have been. He could have been. If he did, he got my ass.
Yeah, I saw it too.
You call it.
I'm with you that everything is pointing towards LSU, but in true Kiffen fashion, I think he may go to Florida still.
I mean, listen, there's a connection there. There's some connections there. His ex-wife, whose father, his father-in-law, was a member of the Florida Gators football team. He also coached under Steve Spurrier. Lane, in past interviews years ago, he's idolized Steve Spurrier.
That's why he wears the visor.
Why he wears a visor. It's why he does the shit talking, because that was Steve Spurrier's thing. It wouldn't shock me. It wouldn't shock me. If it does happen, I'm going to eat a lot of crow. I might have jumped the gun earlier on Florida fans.
Yeah, no, I'm with you. I'm look, from all the research and everything I hear. Yes, the common sense tells you it's LSU all day. I just know Lane Kiffen, and I feel like wherever he's leading, whatever's leaking, that he's letting leak the make it seem like he's going that way. He's just trolling.
I've seen that. Season mentioned that in the comments too. I want to push back a little bit. I don't think this is a troll anymore. I don't think this is a troll anymore.
I don't think it's a total troll, but you can't tell me Kiffin's not going to have some fun with it.
I mean, I think he's had some fun with it at the beginning, but what he's done right now has done so much harm to Ole Miss.
Yeah.
Recruiting wise, it's done harm with them nationally. It's I mean, he publicly had an airplane fly into Ole Miss and didn't even hide it. Like if Lane wanted that hidden, it could have been hidden.
Yeah.
And I get the natural reaction is to think it's a troll, but like he's doing a lot of harm to Ole Miss. Again, not only in the recruiting, which is at a standstill right now, the portal, stuff. He's nationally. It's been an embarrassment for Ole Miss during what is supposed to be one of the most historic seasons. Jesus, that was a catch by CD Lamb. That was good for my fantasy team.
That's what I was going to say.
The harm he's done to Ole Miss, to me, man, dude, I just don't think it's worth a troll, and I don't think Lane's that. If it is a troll, I'm going to say this. I think he's one of the stupidest people on this earth because he's done a lot of harm.
Yeah.
A lot of harm relationship-wise, too, at Ole Miss.
That's my whole thing. I said that last week that I don't at this point I don't see how he can stay
I don't either.
at Ole Miss. It just feels like I don't know. I don't want to say his name is tarnished, but it feels that way. But I mean, let's be honest, Kiffen has not been liked by any fan base of any team that he's ever left.
Yeah. Yeah, and I mean, and also as me and you both know, and we've said it before, this can all be forgotten if you win. So, uh, but it is going to make it harder when the losses happen. This will get brought up. I visited. I scrolled some Ole Miss boards, and I tell you, he's public enemy number one right now. And I'm scared that Kiffen and them, if they lose that Egg Bowl, Kiffen, I don't think can show up at Oxford.
No.
He's to leave straight from Starkville to Baton Rouge or wherever he's going. That's just my. I wanted to get this real quick, Austin, because I think you're going to be blown away by this if you haven't seen it. Season made a comment, put 3 hats on the table. Have you seen that ESPN actually is trying to do that?
Are you serious?
Not the 3 hats on the table, but they are trying to get Kiffen to do a LeBron James style decision on ESPN.
Dude, that's terrible. But also like, can they get that? Because I'd love to watch it.
I would love to watch it too. I would love to watch it too.
Like,
it's stupid, but I would love it.
Oh, I'd be tuned in. Like, I mean, I'd be all up in the screen watching that.
Oh. I would criticize the hell out of it, but I want it to happen. Oh, Sean says Jed Fisher to Florida might be a real possibility if Kiffen says no. Yeah, I think it's I don't think it's a secret anymore. Jed Fish wants that Florida job. He wants it. He's been wanting it. I think that's his like dream job. All right, let's go to a tweet earlier today. Brandon Marcello tweeted out eye emojis with a hog. There's a new sheriff in town. Apparently, Arkansas is getting real close to naming the head coach. That's been one of the tightest lipped searches ever.
Yeah.
Apparently, they've interviewed at least 22 candidates.
Really?
Yeah, that's what I wrote down on my notes on that was reported by some Arkansas people.
Wow. That's, I don't know. Arkansas is kind of like, you know what, I ain't even gonna say that, especially when Sean must be listening right now. So, you know, Arkansas is like being with a fat girl. You know, you gotta sneak in, interview, and then sneak out before anybody sees you. So that's probably why nobody's heard anything about it. But I mean, the new sheriff in town does, at least it means they're not sticking with who they have on staff.
Yeah. I think so. I think it's going to be down to some group of 5 guys. Maybe a Morris from North Texas. Maybe a Golish from South Florida is maybe still in play. There's an interesting name that's been circulating the internet. Matt Campbell at Iowa State, because there was a report that there's a Power 4 sitting coach that could be a wild card in this search.
Golish feels like the home run hire for them, right?
To me, that's who I would hire.
I agree.
It would have been done weeks ago.
Yeah. But it would have been. I mean, it's South Florida done with the. Aren't they out of the race now?
Yeah, they're out of it.
To be that large, so maybe that's why it's getting announced now.
Yep.
You know, so
there was a flight that got tracked that was headed to Tampa. So I don't know. All right, before we recap games, one more thing. FSU has announced that Mike Norvell is staying through 2026. He is going to continue to be their head coach. Austin, any quick thoughts before we go to recaps?
No, doesn't surprise me. If you're a big time program right now and you hadn't fired your coach, it's too late. So,
Yeah.
I think it just makes sense from a competition standpoint. You're going to set yourself back an extra year if you. I think if you fire somebody now.
Yeah, I don't think it's smart to fire anybody right now. But yeah, I don't have much thoughts on it other than whatever.
Yeah.
Whatever. I don't feel like. Uh, Sean says it's true though. I ain't mad, Austin. Oh man, love Sean, love Sean. And so nothing's broke on the Arkansas thing that I know of, but I know our guy Sean at some point, maybe when the news breaks, depending on time. He may get into that. I know he'll probably definitely get into it Tuesday night on his show. And I think he has a guest possibly lined up at some point. But hey, if you're an Arkansas fan or just a fan of Coaching Searches, go to our Coach's Corner. It's on Tuesdays at 9 Eastern, I believe. Sean will have you covered on that. He's a Razorback through and through, and the man has some good connections through that job and that school. All right, let's go to the recaps. Big Five recaps. Oregon 42, USC 27. Well. Old Lincoln Riley. We meet again, my old friend. Let's get to the winner first, though. Man, Oregon really impressed me with the line of scrimmages again. They did that in the Penn State game also. Personally, I think that was a difference in the game, Austin. USC couldn't run the ball, 65 yards, 2.4 yards per carry, 0.5 yards before contact. That was the weakness of Oregon's. I thought USC was going to be able to expose them on the run game. And kudos to Oregon, man. They shut that run game down, which I think is what hurt USC. And now on top of that, Oregon ran the ball really well. 18 carries for 94 yards for their leading running back. I don't think there's much takeaway from that game other than the line of scrimmages and what won it for Oregon.
Yeah, no, I'm with you. That was what I had circled, was the lack of rushing attack from USC, and Oregon was able to control it. Honestly, it was a good football game.
I thought it was too.
I thought it was. USC is improved. I mean, from past years, and that they're getting that much closer to, I think being competitive again. But no, I think I still don't know what to think. How good is Oregon?
I think they're really good. I don't think they're.
Let me phrase that. Compared to like nationally, like are they national championship contending good, or?
I don't think so.
That's.
I don't think.
This will be the year they win it, though.
Probably. I mean, yeah. USC, man, at home 6-0, away 2-3. The combined margin in the two games away against Notre Dame and Oregon, 25 points. Lincoln Riley all time at USC, 21-5 at home, 13-12 away. Seems like we have now developed a trend for Riley's time at USC.
Wonder what that is.
I mean, I think the big thing with Riley, I've said it before, I think he's a really great play caller. I think he's really good with the offensive side of the ball. I don't think he's a good head coach. I don't think he's a good CEO. I just don't think he is. I think that's what it boils down to. I think the defense, while it's improved, is still an issue. They haven't been able to stop the run. It's a lot better than his Oklahoma defenses. It's a lot better than when he first got to USC. But I don't know, man. I think he's a great offensive whiz. I think he's a great quarterback developer. I mean, look at the guys in the NFL and the Heisman winners. I just don't think he's a good head coach. I don't think he is. So
I'm sure you'll clip that and put it on TikTok.
Absolutely, especially after USC gave me hell after that Michigan game, which he suddenly disappeared, which is typical,
right?
For trolls. But yeah, all right. Oklahoma 17, Missouri 6. Man, I thought Missouri had a shot in this game that first drive, Austin. They were running the ball really good. In the first drive, they had 42 yards rushing, 5.3 yards per carry, and they ended with a field goal. Next 12 drives, 48 yards, 2.1 yards per carry.
Golly.
That's when that first drive happened. I was like, I actually put it on Twitter. I was like, this is not good for Oklahoma. Missouri is finding success running the ball, and that's going to be bad for Oklahoma. Because I thought it was going to open up the passing game for Missouri, but then credit to OU for adjusting or whatever the case may be to stuff that run game after that, man. Someone asked me in a TikTok chat that we did Saturday, how far can this OU team go in the playoffs? And I still don't think with this offense it can go very far.
Yeah. No, I that defense is just going to keep them in every game, though. Like, I'll be honest. I had a buddy of mine. I've told you about him before. He does, he does a lot of prop betting and things like that. And part of his leg this weekend, he said he took Ahmad Hardy, the under.
Mm-hmm.
And I was like, you're awfully brave, aren't you? And he said his thoughts on that was he actually heard us talking about Brent Venables talking about how good that kid was, and he was like, they're gonna, go all in on shutting him down, and they did a pretty good job of it. So, but yeah, I texted you at some point in that game, and I was like, this Oklahoma offense does not deserve to be in the playoffs.
You're going to make our buddy Daniel in the TikTok chat mad. And he's my guy. Daniel's awesome. But he just told me in the chat when I said that about Oklahoma, he said, I'm putting you on my list. I'm kind of scared now. Daniel's awesome, though. Daniel is always in our TikToks, and he's a very loyal listener.
We appreciate you. I was just going to say, we appreciate you listening, Daniel. I was teaching my son this weekend. We obviously raising them to be Bama fans, and we went to somebody's house and they had some Georgia stuff up, and he was like, Dad, we don't like them, do we? Because they got Georgia stuff up. And I said, buddy, I was like, we don't not like people because of what team they pull for. We just don't have to like their team.
That's right. That's right. So. Oh man, yeah. And Sean in the chat, Mateer is horrible. Said at the beginning of the season, saw him play at Washington State. I thought Mateer at Washington State was good, but I thought he was inconsistent. He's definitely got a lot more work to do, and I think he does. He needs to come back. But yeah, like you said, though, that defense is going to give him a chance in every game. I mean, that defense is lights out. I just think it's going to take a really good quarterback, a really good passing game. And I think when they get to the playoffs, there's going to be multiple of those teams in the playoffs. Like right now, if at the end of the day, most people have Oklahoma playing Notre Dame. I think Notre Dame has a quarterback and a pass game that could get Oklahoma. But I can see him beating them.
I think Notre Dame just scored another touchdown from yesterday.
That was crazy. We're going to get to that.
That was insane. We'll talk about it around the scoreboard.
Yeah. All right. Let me get something here for our next game. Austin won't be able to hear it, but Pitt 42, Georgia Tech 28. That alarm you hear is me declaring what I've been saying. Georgia Tech fraud alert. Well, it's not even alert no more. They are frauds. Pitt 42, yeah. Georgia Tech 28. Man, I will say, as much as I've said that Georgia Tech's frauds, I've never thought that about Haynes King. I've never thought about that about Georgia Tech's offense. I thought, what a rare game by Haynes King with two turnovers, I believe he had.
Yep.
One being a pick six. Well, actually not a pick six, a pick two, I think. Right there when they were inside the 10, down 28 to 14, and had the opportunity to go bring it within 7, and then or it may have been a pick six. I don't know. No, it was a pick six. And then they went to 35-14. Sorry, I got my games confused. Um, this pretty much tells the story for me. Pitt's first 5 drives, 245 yards, 8.8 yards per play, 14 first downs, 28 points. Georgia Tech's first 5 drives, 21 yards, 1.2 yards per play, 1 first down, and 0 points.
When the other team has more points than you have yards, you're in
Bad.
for a long night.
You're in for a very long night.
But Georgia Tech has done this all season.
Yeah. That's why I've called them
Like,
fraud.
well, what I mean is just digging a hole for themselves, and fortunately they've been able to fight their way out of it. Dude, next week when they play Georgia, I mean, it's going to be nothing at halftime because neither one of those teams know how to play in the first half apparently. But no, I'll be honest, man. I was holding on to Georgia Tech. I was fussing last week saying if anybody, we don't talk about the rankings right now, but we were laughing at people that were complaining about where they were and it didn't even matter. But I said if anybody has something to complain about, it's Georgia Tech. They were sitting there with 1 loss, ranked behind several 2-loss teams. But I guess the committee showed me they knew what they were doing because that was not a good football team that was on the field Saturday night. Especially in those first 5 drives, I guess. It was so bad that how hard it is to get my wife to change her mind on anything, and she said they're going to get crushed by Georgia next week.
I bet you anything she did not want you to admit that to me.
Oh no.
I'm clipping this.
We have company over tonight, so I don't think she's listening. So that's why I was brave enough to say it. But yeah, I mean, I don't know. Defensively, they're just bad.
Oh, we got a question in the chat before we move on to the next game. Sorry, I cannot see your name. Sorry if I. Do you think A&M can beat Texas this weekend? Yeah,
absolutely.
I think so. Yeah, we'll get to around the guess the spread with Austin on that if he hasn't cheated today, and looked at the spreads already. But yeah, another comment in chat. Dallas is about to score again. Yeah, I'm not. I'm seeing that. I'm seeing that, brother, and I'm trying my best to keep my emotions in check. All right, BYU 26, Cincy 14. Time of possession for BYU was like 38 minutes, and I think Cincy was at it was ridiculously low. It was crazy. They talked about it during the game. To me, the biggest killer for Cincinnati was the 3 missed field goals, man. That was 12 points that just off the board, right off the rip. The field goal kicker who's usually reliable, Jesus Christ, George Pickens. Yeah, he just had a bad night, man. Went 0 for 3, 12 points there that just didn't go. Cincinnati only having 89 yards rushing. I thought BYU did a great job stopping the run. Sorsby, man, he just hasn't been himself since, for the last couple of weeks. He was kind of getting a lot of hype, from me and from this show in general and from college football media in general. But he just hasn't looked his way. Yeah, I mean, just huge credit to BYU to go and make that long of a travel to Cincinnati, night game in a what looked to be a very ruckus environment. Kudos to them. Despite my opinions on BYU, which hasn't changed, and I know that pisses BYU fans off, I got to give them credit to go out and win that game.
Yeah, I think that it truly shows up. And I've said it before, and I'll say it again. Fly, Eagles, fly. No, I've said it before and I'll say it again. I think when teams like a BYU is a good football team. But when they come up against a bigger school, they're gonna be outmanned in the trenches. And when they pick on somebody their own size and can control the trenches, they win football games. And I mean,
Yeah.
I think that's what happened in this game. I think it was their ability to stop the run. I mean, Sorsby still went for 300 yards, two
Yeah.
touchdowns. So it's
Yeah.
not like he just went trash, in this game. Um, but he was also their leading rusher with
Yeah.
38 yards.
Yeah.
Um, that's the difference in this game.
Yeah. LJ Martin, 222 yards, 2 touchdowns, 119 after contact.
Yeah.
So good win for BYU. All right. Last game in the Big Five. Before we go there, got a question in the TikTok chat from Hardy Boys 17. Thoughts on Notre Dame? I mean, I think Notre Dame's fully capable of making a deep run in the playoffs. I could honestly see him winning it. I really could. Maybe I'm wrong. Maybe they get in the playoffs and we're proving that schedule. I mean, it is a weak schedule. But I don't know, man. Something about them. I like them. I think I like them. I think I've made it known on this show that I'm a big CJ Carr fan. What's your thoughts on them?
Play defense and run the ball. You can do anything.
It's Jordan Love in the Heisman race now. I mean, like in the consideration to win it.
I think he's played himself back in it. Where a couple guys have kind of played themselves out.
Yeah, I think
He's kind of he's played himself in it for sure.
all right, in the wildest game of the weekend, I think Utah 51, Kansas State 47. What a game!
Jesus.
What a game! Kansas State was up 47-35. This is the game that had the pick two that went 100 yards. Can't really call
Okay,
it.
yeah.
Yeah, it was a pick two. Yeah, I mean, to me, it felt like Kansas State pretty much dominated this game all across the board until the end of the game. To me, it felt like they had all control. I mean, dude, if I would have told you, Austin, that they'd have had 475 yards rushing versus the Utes and 12.2 yards per carry, they had 10 explosive runs. On those 10 runs, 394 yards of the 475.
Golly, I saw it pop up last night. Now, you were doing something I felt like, and you might have missed it. So I remember texting you saying, "Go look at how many yards Kansas State has rushing right now," and you text me back. It was just like Jesus.
Oh,
Yeah,
yeah.
I don't know. This was a old school Big 12 battle, but more on the ground than through the air, I guess. But I mean, I think this is one of those games that's like, is it a one off for Utah, or is that run defense that bad? It can't be, right? Like, uh,
I mean, they haven't been all season, right?
right. That's what I was thinking. For me, this late in the season, I'm more so lean towards kudos to Utah, man, for finding a way to win that ball game.
Yeah.
I mean, if it was stuff we'd been talking about all year and it just got truly exposed last night, then we might be having a different conversation. But kudos to Utah for finding a way. Really wish they could have gotten in the Big 12 championship.
God, me too. Me too. I do too. All right, let's do game balls. Duds of the week. My game ball. I am going Jake Dickert at Wake Forest. They are 8-3 with a chance to finish 9-3 versus Duke. Even if they finish 8-4, this was a team that went 4-8 the year before. I think the job that he's done with this team is pretty phenomenal. I went back and looked and didn't even realize they have wins against SMU, who is in the ACC title race. If they win the ACC, they're in the playoffs. They got a win against Virginia. who's also in the ACC title race, who could be in the playoffs.
Mm-hmm.
They have a 1-point loss to a 9-2 Georgia Tech, Austin's darlings. And so, well, maybe not for now. Stay tuned. But yeah, I mean, kudos to that dude, man. With the job he's done at Wake Forest, I thought it's been phenomenal. So that's my game ball this week.
My game ball came from I saw an article earlier and got to reading up on it and thought this was pretty cool and thought you would like this game ball, Chris. My game ball goes to the Yale Bulldogs for taking down Harvard yesterday, who was undefeated on the season. I don't know if you read this or not, but fun fact: this is the first year ever that the Ivy League is allowing their teams to be in the FCS playoffs, and they get an automatic bid. And yeah, Yale with a big win yesterday to clinch that bid and go into the FCS playoffs.
Kudos to Austin, despite Twitter telling me I'm a hater of G5 and FCS. I did know that. The real G5 hater usually is Austin. But
that's not true.
I'm trying to get some heat off me. Can you help me out? You've already done me wrong this weekend, so help your boy out. Help your boy out here. Let him go hate you for a little bit. Yeah, that is awesome. Right. Yale is awesome. Before we go to Duz, have you seen the FCS bracket?
Yeah.
Have you seen what a possible matchup could be in one of the rounds in the quarterfinal?
I didn't pay any attention.
Mercer Bears versus Montana Grizzlies in the
quarterfinals.
Yeah? In the quarterfinals?
Let's go.
Both of those teams have a bye, and they're in the same bracket. So, yeah, if both those teams advances to the quarterfinals, you will have Mercer Bears, Austin's Mercer Bears, in up near where he lives. Don't tell him he lives in Macon. He gets offended with that. And then my Montana Grizzlies, which has been my adopted FCS team. So, yeah. All right, dud of the weeks. I just figured mine out. I don't think I've ever done this on the show. I'm giving a dud to a coach who won a game. Pat Narduzzi. What the hell was that fake punt? What the hell was that?
Yeah, that had you fired up.
What the hell was? Yeah, because that game in our family pick'ems had a lot of meaning for your boy here.
Yeah, it did. And honestly, Tech was right back in it at that point.
Yeah. 4th and 9. Fake punt. What are you doing, son? I know you won. I shouldn't give a dud for a winning coach or a winning player or a winning team. But no, man, you get the dud for making me sweat a game that I thought I had in hand, which I ended up did in our family pick'em leagues that was going to potentially ruin my opportunity for a repeat. So, Pat, you get a dud, son.
Just for scaring you?
Just for scaring me. It was uncalled for.
I like it. My dud of the week, I was giving it to a team, but I think I said to hell with just the team. I'm giving it to the whole conference. My dud of the year is the ACC. I preached up Miami all season, and here they come out kicking ass and taking names. Top 4 in most polls. And then you do what you always do. Then I go on to my darlings, Georgia Tech, who we've all been big fans of Haynes King and that offense. And then your defense just disappears. And now you're gone. How many people had Clemson winning a national championship this year, or at least playing for it in their brackets?
A lot of people.
Are they even bowl eligible? Maybe they are, but they're struggling to get there if they're not.
Yeah.
You've got Virginia and SMU likely playing for an ACC championship.
Mm-hmm.
This is why we need to get rid of automatic bids. This is why the ACC and the Big Ten are fighting so hard to get more teams from their conference in the playoffs, because as much as I talked bad about Arkansas earlier today, Sean, you could go to the ACC and win a championship and make the playoffs every season.
I'm clipping that.
There's my dud of the week.
And we have a interesting person in the TikTok chat that just joined. The beautiful, the wonderful Miss Caitlin Stone.
Hi, hon.
Said, don't talk bad about my jackets. Thank God she just joined.
Yeah, it's been a lot of bad talking about the Jackets. They deserve it.
Yeah. They did, in my opinion. Yeah. All right, let's guess the spread. No, let's go around. Austin, is there anything around the scoreboard we want to?
Yeah, let's go around the scoreboard.
Okay.
You've been you've been slipping on that a little bit lately. You're skipping it.
I have been.
We're a national show. Let's talk it.
You're right. Let me get it pulled up. That's actually next week's games, I think. That is actually next week's games. I was actually trying to pick out the games for next week for Tuesday's show. While I'm getting it pulled up, let me remind people to go subscribe to the YouTube channel at CFB_SZN, Twitter and YouTube. TikTok is at CFB_S. Oh, no. Yeah, at CFB_SZN7. All right, let's go around the scoreboard. Let's see. Florida State. Do you see those muff punts?
Dude, that was insane. It was like a 30-yard doink off the dude's helmet.
Karma's a B word. That's my only comment.
How about your Bulldogs shut out in the fourth quarter? We'll just get by that. That's all right.
Yeah, let's just skip by that. Only 7 points in the second half. I'll be honest, I actually turned that game off when it was halftime.
My son, it actually made me proud. He got mad at me because I cut Bama off to watch some other games.
That's our boy, Evan.
All right. Hold on. Pause right there.
Go ahead.
Click on that game. I want you to pull that up. 70 points. 70 points. Scroll down. Is this not the team stats?
Oh, hold on. I can pull that up. Hold on.
Yeah, sorry. I thought that's what this was. Scroll down. Bottom. Look at that time of possession. They scored 70 points in 18 minutes. Dude, that is insane. I saw that earlier today, and I was like, "Oh, I got to make him pull that up around the scoreboard tonight."
I didn't even know that.
I didn't either. I don't even know what I was looking at. I was looking at something from Notre Dame's. I was just clicking on there to get to their previous schedule, and I saw that 70 points in 18 minutes.
That's crazy. 67 yards passing.
Yeah.
67 yards passing, 4.5 yards per pass. Jesus Christ.
And scored 70 points. Done of the week ought to be Syracuse's defense, but well.
It ought to be. It really ought to be. Alabama handled business.
Yeah, we like to see a little shutout. That's all right. I'll take it. Worked on the run game a lot. First time we've had 3 rushing touchdowns in a game all season.
That's crazy.
I know.
That is nuts. Vandy handled business. My upset pick of the week once again. It's another L. Another L. Interesting game next week.
Yeah, it really is, isn't it?
Yeah.
Don't get me started. Arkansas was close till the quarterback got hurt.
Jesus, man. Arkansas, dude. I'm telling you right now, if I was an Arkansas offensive player, we'd be throwing hands with the defense. We'd be throwing hands. What an idiot. Yeah. Oh my God. Oh my gosh. Did you just see that?
No, I'm watching the Falcons. I got chilly and put my thing on, but I got my I got my
Falcon
Falcon
shirt on.
That's why I had a hoodie on because it got chilly outside. But
Cowboys punted it to Eagles 21-21. Idiot returns it like from the 1 yard line. Fumbles at the 10. And Dallas gets it back at the 10 yard line.
no way.
No, I'm not joking you. Let's
I'm
see
pretty
where
sure
he
when
was.
we started the show, it was 21-0, wasn't it?
Yeah, it's 21-21, baby. They're giving me hope. Yeah, he took it out at like the 3 or 4 yard line, like an idiot.
Wow.
And then he got hit at the 10 and they fumbled. It looks like they got it back at the 5.
My game ball next week goes to Chris Pugh for holding his emotions together while the Cowboys are making a comeback.
It's taking everything I have.
While
That's
he's
why I
on
was trying to
live.
skip the route around the scoreboard.
I'm sorry. Honestly, you can
you're
laugh at
fine.
this. I wanted to show you that Notre Dame number because I thought that was crazy.
No, we needed to do it. We haven't been doing it. Yeah, I would be so mad if I was Arkansas offensive player. I'd be throwing hands with their defense. Their defense is so trash. That offense is so good, though. It was frustrating me on Twitter. People were like realizing that. Like, oh my God, this Arkansas's offense good. And I'm screaming like they've been that way all season. It's just their defense is just freaking trash. And it's such a shame. I could not imagine. I almost want to compare Arkansas and Cowboy fans together because it's similar to the Cowboys. Like the Cowboys have probably one of the best offenses in the NFL or up there as far as talent and how they're doing offensively. It's just their defense is trash. And that's Arkansas. It's just so frustrating. Kudos to Tennessee finally ending that streak with Florida and Gainesville.
Yeah. Was that 2005 or 2003 or something crazy like that? They haven't won a game in the swamp. Yeah.
Yeah, it's been a long time.
That's
TCU Houston
for Illinois.
Yeah.
Honestly, you had a chance to still have a decent season. I still think they're a better team than what we thought they might end up being, but that loss there kind of puts you behind the 8 ball.
Yeah. Betty ain't crying about playoffs now.
Yeah.
TCU 17, Houston 14. That was a pretty decent game. I watched that one.
Yeah, I did too.
It was a pretty good game. Houston, man, the job Willie Fritz has done is pretty phenomenal. Just hit my mic. I tell you what, man, the job Kenny Dillingham, and it's Colorado. I'm not trying I'm mainly talking about the job Kenny Dillingham's done after losing his quarterback with a quarterback that's been what seems like in college football for 10 years to go 8-3 with the possibility next week to finish 9-3. Pretty damn good job by Kenny Dillingham.
Dude, I'm looking forward to that Tulane North Texas American Conference Championship too.
God.
That's gonna be.
Oh my God, it's gonna be lit. It is gonna be lit. Oh, he didn't get it. Yeah. All right. Let's get out of the scoreboard. I think that was about it on that one. Let's play guess the spread real quick. I wrote down a bunch of them. I'm not going to do all of them. I'm trying to. All right, Austin. Let's guess the spread before we end it. Let's go. What I think that you're going to probably get pretty good. UGA Georgia Tech. Guess that spread.
9.5.
Close. Well, 13.
Wow. Okay.
Yep, 13.
I wanted to go higher, but it felt.
Yeah. I thought it was actually higher than that.
Yeah.
CeeDee Lamb dropped a touchdown pass. Get through this, Chris. You probably
man, I'm trying to give you a game ball. Hold it together.
Texas A&M, Texas. Guess that spread.
I'm gonna go A&M 4.5.
A&M 2.
Wow.
Yeah.
I don't think it's. Well, we'll get into that Tuesday.
Yeah. All right. Miami Pitt. Guess that spread.
I don't know if I can guess the winner of that.
Me neither.
No, I mean like who Vegas is leaning. I'm gonna say Miami 1.5 points.
Miami 6.
Really?
Yep.
I might put some money on that.
Yeah. How about this one? Bama, Auburn. Guess that spread.
17.5.
Bama -5.
What? Don't do this, Vegas. I thought that was
Vegas
going to be
knows
like.
something.
Dang it. I'm going to be at the in-laws' house trying to watch football, trying to deal with that. Man, don't.
That's horrible.
Any weekend but this weekend, Bama. Don't do it to me.
Hey, that's I'm actually going to be rooting for Bama. I don't want to hear the whining at 9-3. If you know,
Who's
you
going to
know.
be? Who? I was going to say, who's going to be whining? You won't hear it from me.
Not from you, no.
Okay. Yeah.
You're going to hear it from Bama administrators.
No, you're going to hear it. Yeah.
Yeah, you're going to hear that. And I don't want to hear it. I'm trying to get my health right. Oh, all right. Actually, I said I wasn't going to do them all, which I'm not. Let's do just maybe 2 more. 3 more. Florida FSU. Guess that spread. I did this one. It's kind of crazy.
I'm going to say FSU 3.5.
Florida -2.
Really?
Yeah.
Interesting.
Tennessee versus Vandy. Guess that spread.
That's a tough one.
Very tough.
It's in Knoxville, right?
Yes, I think so. Yes.
Yeah. I'm going to go Tennessee 3.5.
Tennessee 3.
Let's go. All right. I got one.
All right, last one. South Carolina, Clemson. Guess that spread.
That's gonna be a good game.
It
I'm gonna go Clemson. I'm gonna stay with 3.5.
South Carolina -1.
Wow.
Right.
Let's go, Vegas. Hey,
We'll end it on this. Ohio State, Michigan. Guess that spread.
12.5.
11.
Yeah. Is that gonna be? We'll talk about it more Tuesday. Is that gonna be a game?
At this point, you got to say yes. I don't mean they have a Michigan problem. People were asking me that in our TikTok chats. It was like, who you going Ohio State, Michigan? I'm like, I'm going Ohio State, but
Yeah.
You know, we always talk about you can throw the rivalry, you can throw the record books out. I do. Ohio State, Michigan really is that.
I'll tell you what, though. Next weekend, I don't want to take away, and I'm careful how I say this, I don't want to take away anything from this regular season. This has been a freaking phenomenal season. But there could be some chaos in 1 week. One final week, there could be some legit opportunities for some pretty awesome chaos. Tune in Tuesday night for the crossover show to hear about that possible chaos.
Yes, we talk ball, and our SEC show, Sweet Tea in the SEC, is going to get together Tuesday night. It will be our only show of the week, other than Sunday recap show, that we're going to get together because next week is Thanksgiving. But before we get to that, I do want to end the show on one thing, and I wanted to do it at the end of the show on purpose because we got people watching. November is almost over, and I've waited till just about the end of November to do this. I want to give a shout out. November is Diabetes Awareness Month. And two people on this show have two people very special to ourselves. That is type 1 diabetics. And, I just, think it's a good time to raise awareness to something that is a very sucky disease to deal with. It's one that I don't think gets talked about enough. Unfortunately, it doesn't get talked about until you're in it, like myself. I have a daughter that is a type 1 diabetic who's 13 years old. She's been one since she was 3. Austin has a sister who has been a type 1 since I think since she was a child.
Yeah,
Uh,
4 or 5.
so it is a disease that really sucks. And you know, I just want to raise awareness for it. If you know somebody you love, or you know, maybe you're experiencing this, you know, extreme thirst, constant hunger, maybe some headaches, dizziness, constant using the restroom, go get checked out. You never know. Matter of fact, I just went and got checked out, and I'm pre-diabetic. Not type 1, but type 2. Also, learn the differences between type 1 and type 2 people, please. Google it. I get comments sometimes about my daughter
Yes.
when I tell
Type
them,
1 means type 1
yeah,
means you have no control of it. Type 2 means you drink too many Cokes, Chris.
yes, exactly. So the reason I'm going to have diabetes is because I drink too much of these. I hope Caitlin's not watching. I drink too much of these. My daughter was just born that way. No, she's not. She's skinny. So sometimes I get the comments of like, wow, she's not even big. Uh, come on, people, just Google it. Go Google the difference between type 1 and type 2 and learn about it, educate yourselves. It's a sucky disease for people that's got to deal with it. And to the parents that you know have to take care of somebody with type 1, it's hard. It's rough.
It's a
And
lifestyle.
it's a lifestyle, yeah. So yeah, I got to go to the Cowboys. We love y'all. We appreciate y'all. Join us next Tuesday live. Me, Austin, Adam. We talk ball / Sweet Tea in the SEC. Massive preview. We are probably going to preview. Austin's probably going to go big eyed right here. Probably 10 to 11 games. We're not even going to do anything other than preview. It's going to be. There will be, unless Lane Kiffen makes a decision by Tuesday, there will be no more Lane Kiffen talk. There will be no, maybe a brief discussion on who Arkansas hired. Very little, but we want to go shoot straight to previews because we have a massive, massive, massive slate coming up, and it is so massive we need 3 of us here. So we will see y'all Tuesday night, 7:30 Eastern on the YouTube channel at CFB_SZN. Give us a follow, hit the like button, and we'll catch y'all next time. Oh, Jesus.